Hello and welcome back to my channel. So I have not posted in a little while because work has been just really busy. We're nearing the end of our school year and I have a lot of responsibilities that just kind of hit me all at once. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do my normal sort of setup where we have a chatty intro and outro. I'm honestly just going to dive right in. And the reason that I'm actually filming this is because I need to set up June for myself, and I figured if I kind of kept it low key, it wouldn't be that much extra work to just film it for you all, and that way I don't know, I think honestly it's more for me. I like this idea of having a record of all of my monthly setups, even though they don't really change that much. Like, it's just a nice way for me to, honestly, it's a habit for me to reflect back on my month as part of doing my plan with me with you all. So we're just gonna dive right in. So going in, I have my May setups. So we're gonna just do a quick flip through of May. We will ignore all of the chaotic things happening in the background, it's fine. So this was my May intro page. I've got my May monthly and intentions. As you can see, I'm filming this super duper late. I'm actually filming this on Monday, May 30th because that's the first time I've had time to film, yay! So I have all of my grading done. That was actually just like a huge thing hanging over my head this month, so I'm really happy to have that finished. I have been keeping up with doing maybe not 10 minutes of Talk to Me in Korean lessons a day, but maybe 5 minutes, and these are more specifically the like video lessons that they have on their website as part of like their premium membership, as opposed to the podcast style lessons that I've been doing for the past couple of years. Haven't done any admin, haven't really done any like other stuff, but you know, that was just kind of this month. Then I have my tracker, so go ahead and flip. I did set up a quick little tracker here so that I could track my Talk to Me in Korean, and I've actually kept up my streak, and as I mentioned, I've been doing maybe 5 minutes, sometimes it's 10, sometimes it's 15, but I have been doing at least one little video lesson every day this month, which is nice. I've been okay on my tracker, you know, things are kind of busy, so a couple things kind of fell to the wayside. I actually have been doing a fair amount of reading. One of these, I think, was an ebook, but the rest of them were audiobooks, and I'm actually about like 50 pages away from finishing the Diary of Anne Frank in Spanish, which unfortunately I'm not going to finish it in May, but I think I will finish it in June, and then I can switch over and start reading another book, so that's kind of cool. Obviously have not filled in my review yet for this month. I'll do that kind of probably the beginning mid next week sort of thing once I'm like fully into June. And then I have my anti-racism tracker, which I have been working on a little bit, but again, this month just kind of got away from me. So I will update that and see if there's anything else that I do before the end of the month, but it is the 30th, so you know, we shall see. Then I have my weeklies, so pretty much same as usual. I have actually done a quick little tracker up on under my personal section for Talk to Me in Korean, just so that during the week I kind of do that, and then a lot of times what I end up doing is I kind of fill in this one a little bit later, so I'll do a couple of days at once. That way I just kind of like keep on track of, keep on top of things as I go through the week. Then I have here, so I did, what did I do? So I did Korean, Italian, French, like what are languages? Spanish is for this week, and then we'll be starting June for the next spread, so I don't exactly know what I'm going to start up for that. But yeah, so that is kind of how things are going. As you can see here, work this week has been kind of chaotic, and even last week there was kind of a lot of stuff on there, but I kind of broke it down more because I really had to get that done. So yeah, we've still got a couple of things left to do with work, but I'm hoping that I'm kind of on the downside of it now. So yeah, we'll see. We shall see. I also pulled out my language log so that I could show you that because it's been a minute. So May is somewhere here. So this is May, as you can see, and I've actually been doing, so I have my streak of Korean every single day, and then I've been reading. I had a couple of days where I skipped. So I've been reading in Spanish most nights this week. I had my last 2 Italian lessons in the beginning of May, and then I've actually done, so I haven't really been watching that much TV. I've been doing a lot of reading, and so I have a couple of like watching YouTube videos in Korean. I also started watching, and I actually finished somewhere around here, I just didn't actually mark it. I watched Deaf U on Netflix, which was really great to get some like ASL reception in, because I don't do that as much as I used to or as much as I should. So yeah, just kind of a simple month this month, but I figured I'd pull that out, and maybe as part of the time lapse, I'll set up June in here as well. So I am just going to flip and start June over here. I've picked a really short quote for this month. So let's take a look at that really quick. Like I said, this is gonna be a quick one this month. So I have my colors and my quote all picked out. So let's zoom in there a little bit. So I picked a very, very simple quote. So this one, I have been doing a lot of reading and sort of like, I don't know, soul searching, trying to figure out some things that have always kind of bugged me about myself or about being human and all of that kind of stuff. I don't know. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. And so I found this quote when I was searching on Goodreads, and I just really liked it. I like the fact that it's really simple. So I don't know, it feels affirming. So I know this is kind of this is a weird month. It's kind of a random quote. It does have a lot of personal meaning for me that I just don't really feel like getting into right now. But yeah, so it's Maybe We Weren't Broken After All by Callista Lynn. And I went ahead and I picked, these are kind of my colors. So I did think about doing sort of brighter colors for this month, and I ultimately went to this. These colors have been really speaking to me lately, and I don't know, it just reminds me also of like the lavender fields in the south of France, which I feel like are like coming out in like sort of summertime. So I decided to kind of go with a more muted color palette, also because May was really bright as well. But just kind of as a side note, it is Pride Month in the US, so I will link the Trevor Project down below in case you're interested in supporting them, along with the 2 other resource links that I link pretty much every single video, I think, at this point. So if you check out the caption, you will have seen them, but basically I do have a link for some anti-racism resources, so things like donations and petitions and all of that, and there's another one for AAPI to support organizations who are against anti-Asian hate, and so I'm gonna link Trevor Project down there below. I honestly should have done it a while ago, I don't know, slipped my mind. But I figured that it was a really good thing to kind of highlight because this month is Pride Month in the US, and yeah, it's a really good organization to support. So anyway, kind of a random side note there, but figured I would just mention that. So in terms of setup, everything is going to be kind of the same, which let's see, whoops, all right. Sorry about all the pens dropping. So everything's gonna be kind of the same. I actually already went ahead and printed and cut out my anti-racism tracker, honestly trying to streamline this video because that'll make it easier for me. Just trying, make my life easier. I also have pulled out all of my overlay tapes because I honestly really, really like using these for my monthly setups. They make it so much easier. And yeah, without further ado, I think we're gonna go ahead and time lapse and get June set up. So like I said, I went very, very simple for my intro page over here. I basically just sort of did line, like just monoline rather than doing actual brush lettering. And part of this is because I really wanted the quote to kind of stand out, and also because I just really need to get June set up, and so I decided to go super simple. I also did do, from memory, what I think a sprig of lavender looks like, because I felt like that kind of helped center it a little bit and I thought it looked cute. I don't actually know how accurate that is to what lavender really looks like because it's been a second since I've actually seen some, but you know, we tried. So then I went ahead and set up June monthly, so my monthly log and my intentions, and it's very kind of pale on camera, but it is like dark enough in person that I can actually use this. And I think what I'll end up doing, I've been using this brown Uniball as sort of my like appointments and my intentions and like that kind of stuff. And I think what I'll do is I'll switch to a gray Uniball because I think that just goes a little bit better with my color scheme for this month. So I'll have to remember to do that. But otherwise, I've just set up my boxes. I think I'm going to stick with 4 intentions as normal. However, I'm hoping that I'll be able to do some different ones because obviously grading will be done. I think I'm going to do a different language focus for June. I've got this art history class that I'm going to be doing in Italian in June. So I think that'll be kind of my language focus. So maybe I'll do a different intention, and then I have to kind of see what I'm going to do. So I think I have a couple of things that are maybe going to switch up in June. So I've just set them up and I'll leave them sort of as is until I decide. And then I've got my tracker, reading, and so my personal tracker, my anti-racism tracker, and my reading tracker. So it's all tracking stuff, but you know, there's different styles. So basically same setup as normal. I really like what I'm tracking for this year. So honestly, I'm curious to see if I can make it through the entire year without changing anything on my tracker, or if I do eventually decide I want to change and track something else. I didn't set up the Talk to Me in Korean tracker because, as I mentioned, I might do a different focus in June, and I don't want to kind of overload myself since I'll be doing those Italian classes. Like, I think maybe I want to step back from Korean for a little bit, maybe do something just like once a week. So I'm leaving that blank until I kind of figure out what I want that to look like. And then I also have my reading tracker. I am still keeping up with the 4 books. However, I will say that I actually hit 50 books, which is my goal for my Goodreads challenge this year. I did hit 50 books this week, so I'm just gonna kind of keep reading. I do keep up like the goal just because I like to read about a book a week. I think that's a really good, I don't know, it kind of keeps me centered. But in terms of my actual Goodreads challenge, I'm done. I've actually already passed it before halfway point of this year, so that's kind of cool. And I'm just going to keep reading, see how many books I get up to. I usually average about 80 a year. I had one year that I didn't hit it, which is why I set my challenge, my goal intentionally low, but I don't know. I think we'll probably average about 80 again this year, so we shall see. And then I have my tip-in of my anti-racism tracker, and I will leave this space here for my review for whenever I get to it. And that is that. Oh, wait. That is not that. We have my language log. So I forgot to bring out my Micron. So I actually just used 2 gel pens that I had with me because I've got my pencil pouch on the table. I just used 2 different gel pens. So I have a 0.4 and a 0.25 that I went ahead and I used to fill these in. And then just my standard tracker. So steady, write, listen, watch, read, and talk. And then I just picked the next picture that I had in my little stash. And I do like switch between where my legend and where the picture is, just so I don't get like a buildup of pictures all in one place. So yeah, that is that. A really, really fast one this week. I'm hoping actually, we'll see if this actually happens, but I'm hoping to actually get this edited and posted by this evening. So it is currently Sunday the 30th. I'm hoping to get this up for y'all by this evening because I feel a little guilty not having a video for 2 weeks. And also I just really wanted to film, and now that things have slowed down a little bit for work, I decided to take a little bit of time and put out a quick video. So yeah, there you have it. So if you have any comments or questions, let me know down below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. Hey guys, so if you've made it all the way to the end of this video and are actually watching my end screen and you're not subscribed to my channel, I would really appreciate it if you would. There's a little button right there for you to do it. And if you're interested in watching some more of my videos, I have links to 2 of my older videos off to the left there, so you can check those out if you would like to, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.